One day, a man was driving through the busy traffic in his town on his way to work, like he did every day. And at the same places, the same people seemed to be pulling out in front of him just like they always did, cutting him off, getting in his way, slowing him down, keeping him from getting a good start to the day. And he did like so many of us do, and he began ranting and raving and making finger signals at people and shouting and just pitching a fit. And all of a sudden, there's blue lights behind him. In the midst of all of that traffic, all of those cars. And now this police officer wants to pull me over. So he finds a way, gets to the side, rolls his window down, gets his information together, and waits for the policeman to come to his car and said, "Officer, why did you pull me?" He said, "I pulled you over for stealing the car." He said, "This is my car. I've got proof. This is my registration. Here's my license. I've got proof of insurance. This is absolutely my car." And he said, "Well, on the back, I saw a little silver fish with a cross in it. And then you have a bumper sticker that says, 'Follow me to church.' So I figured the way I saw you ranting and raving and acting in public, that the car must be stolen because it couldn't possibly belong to you." I've got a trouble with traffic myself. But it's all about taking on a new identity. It's taking on the King's identity. He's coming back. In fact, Colossians chapter 3 says, if we've been raised with Christ, set your mind on the things above. And when Christ, who is your life, appears, you will appear with him in glory. The King's going to return. What will he find when he comes? Paul goes on and tells us in verse 5, put to death the things in you. Put to death your old nature and your old self. In verse 12, put on as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another and forgiving. And if you have a complaint against one another, forgiving each other as the Lord has forgiven you. So also you must forgive. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, into which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. And let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. It's a new identity. My physical body hasn't changed. It's still in the process of dying. But now, new in Christ, born again in Christ. Setting my mind on the things above means I have to look at the things on this earth a little bit differently. And I need to make sure that I put to death and keep them dead. Those things which separated me from God in the first place. If someone looks at the outer shell, the identity you put forward, the little silver fish on the back of the car, the follow me to church bumper sticker, would they recognize you as a child of God? It's all about your identity. It's all about your new identity. The King is coming. Will you appear with him in glory?